Hello, my name is Donovan Littlefield, and I'm here to talk to you today a little bit about why I believe lysergic acid should be rescheduled under the United States Controlled Substances Act. Lysergic acid, or LSD, is a psychedelic chemical compound that can cause visual effects in users and also mind-altering effects similar to those of psilocybin mushrooms. Under the Controlled Substances Act, LSD is currently a Schedule 1, which is the worst listing out of any of the schedules you can get out of the scheduling. It is scheduled worse than crack, cocaine, heroin, meth. It is considered worse than all those drugs. It's a Schedule 1, along with most psychedelic drugs such as psilocybin mushrooms, DMT, and different psychoactive substances such as that. Problem I have, and other people have with this, is that with drugs such as LSD, the addictiveness rate of such drug, or the point where someone can become addicted to something like this or dependent, is not there. You can't become dependent on LSD. It's an extremely low rate there. And like with crack or heroin or cocaine, as we all know, it's not quite the same. So when it comes to rescheduling the substance, it was put under a Schedule 1 so that not a whole lot of research can be really done with Schedule 1 drugs, because it usually doesn't get any kind of funding, other than like with Schedule 2 drugs and things like that aren't Schedule 1. They're a little bit more lenient about funding. But brief history about LSD was that LSD was originally being synthesized by a Swiss chemist named Albert Hofmann, and he was synthesizing this compound for nursing or pregnant women. It was to help them with sleep deprivation and nausea. And when it comes to LSD, that doesn't really do much for either of those. It was in 1943, April 19th, when Albert Hofmann originally discovered that LSD was actually a psychoactive compound. And at this point, he was actually in his laboratory working with LSD and got some on his fingers. And when he did get some on his fingers, he started to feel strange, and he decided he wanted to go home and took his bicycle for a ride home. And that's when they had the bicycle day, because he experienced an LSD trip, per se. So here I have a harm caused by drugs chart printed off from the Business Insiders, and here's LSD at the very bottom here. I don't know if you can see that. And at the very top there is actually something that's completely legal. It's alcohol. So very big difference there from the very bottom to the very top here of the harm to your user. Now, most mind-altering drugs are Schedule 1 drugs, but the harm to user with LSD is on the very bottom of this chart, and this was printed from the Business Insider website. So, why is LSD considered a Schedule 1 above crack cocaine and heroin and meth, when the only thing that's different about this is the experience the user has, because it's a visual and mind-altering experience instead of a, per se, opioid or speedy type of experience where you'd experience that from like cocaine or crack, but it's still considered a Schedule 1. It's even been shown LSD to help people with PTSD and with depression and different things like that. But research, like I said, is very minimal because it's a Schedule 1 drug, and people that are permitted to work with such thing are very, very limited to what they can do, and their fundings aren't very there. So that's why I believe that LSD should be rescheduled on the United States Controlled Substances Act, I believe that this chart is enough to prove that LSD is nowhere near as harmful as even alcohol, which is completely legal, that we have today, that you can buy in any convenience store if you're over the age of 21 in the United States. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.